Welcome again everyone. So now it's time to connect to our machine. So how we can connect to configure this machine, let's see together in this lecture. The first thing I will do is to open PuTTY generator. Just open PuTTY generator and simply click on file and click on load private key. Now I will go to my downloads and get my downloaded key from Amazon, this key that I created, if you remember when we created the machine, and simply now click on save private key again, click yes, and on the desktop I will name it PMTA CentOS key, whatever you want, and click on save. So now I created my key. This is the role of the PuTTY generator tool. That's it. Now let's go and open PuTTY client, the main application, and let's copy this IP here and paste it inside the host name here. And what you need to do is to go to this SSH section, then authentication, and here in the private key file, just browse for your generated file. On the desktop here, I have this private key. Just point to it, and now you can connect to your machine. I will show you in a little bit how you can avoid connecting with a private key and make things easier using direct root login. Of course, it's not better for security, but when you are managing and configuring your machine, it's better to use simpler tools and methods. Click now yes. And you can see it says log in as. I will say EC2-user. This is a default user for your Linux machine in Amazon. Click enter. It will say authenticating, and awesome. You can see we are logged into our machine. Very nice. Now, as I told you, to make things easier now in the configuration steps, I will allow direct root login, so we can log in directly with the root user with full credentials and enter the password manually. So the first thing you need to do is to enter a root password. How to do this? Simply run this command, sudo for admin usage, and say passwd, and then say root. This will allow you to set a root password, a password for the root account. Click enter, and let's enter a new password, whatever password you want. I will retype my password now. Very nice. Now we have a password for our root account. We can now allow the login using the root account. This will also be very helpful when using WinSCP to configure files and folders, so you can connect directly to your machine and make things really very simple. So how to do this? Simply run this command, sudo, and I will open the configuration file for the SSH. This is the location, say sudo nano. Nano is the text editor in Linux. And open it, and you can see this is the SSH configuration file. Simply click on Ctrl W to search for a text inside this file. Let's search for root, and you can see this permit login. It says yes, but it's commented, so just remove the hash in front of this command, and the root login now will be allowed. Then go down. And we need also to permit password authentication. It says it's not permitted by default. Just say here yes, and that's it. Now we can log in through the root account with password authentication. Just say Ctrl X to exit and say Y here to save and click on enter. That's it. Now the root login is enabled. To apply the setting, just restart the SSH server. Run this command servers shd reload. Reload configuration. Sorry, you need to use sudo for permission, and in the same way now run the command, and very nice. Now we reloaded our configuration. We can connect remotely through the root account directly. Let's test this. I will close the PuTTY application and open it again. Let's copy now our IP address again here, paste it, and I will not use any authentication now, just click open, and here let's say root, enter the password, And very nice. So you can see now we are logged in with the root account directly with password authentication. This will make things easier. So that's it. This is how you can connect through the private key, how to enable root login for easier configuration. In the next lecture, I will show you how to install the Vesta control panel, which is a prerequisite before you install Power MTA.